open up a binary because I opened up it. All right, it just depends on what you like. No matter what, the trading view is going to be a few pips off. It's going to be, it's not, there's always going to be a couple numbers, 1 or 2 pips off than where your line's at. Sometimes it hits it perfect, but a lot of times it's a few pips off from where you marked up your thing and it starts shooting up or it starts going down. So don't ever let that, just find what's right for you. That goes with finding the right trading style. It goes with everything I just said about there's no wrong way to trade, right? So for me, right, we got for pocket options, yeah. Pocket options for me, I like 5-second trades. I love the 5-second trades on there. I'll be playing around with the 5-second trades. It's dangerous. Don't do that. That is not advice at all. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is how I start my day. Okay. So I would go into my broker, check out USD or whatever pair is paying out. If you got a small account, 300, 500, anything on there, 1,000, you got a smaller account, you're gonna be wanting to look for anything 70% payout and above. Okay, because just 60%, 68% even, like right there, it ain't worth the risk to reward. You want to be going somewhere over 70% profit. Okay, so I'll go in, I'll find out who's paying out, who is, and for me personally, I use a lot of EMA slingshots. I use a lot of 1-minute chart, quick trades, rolling if needed. So I am kind of an in and out type of person, right? That's just my style of trading. So I go in, I check who's paying out, who's going to pay me the most today, because that's what we're here for. Who's going to pay me the most today? Okay. And then I come over to here, Forex Factory. If you guys do not have Forex Factory bookmarked, type in this website, forexfactory.com, and everyone should have this bookmarked by now. Okay. So this is very important. This is going to tell you the world news of all the currencies of what is going on. Okay. So when you see a red folder, you're going to open this up. This is today, Tuesday, May 3rd, right? You got 12:30 a.m. all the way down. It gives you news ahead of the time, right? It gives you news what's going to be going on, right? If there's a bank holiday, all that. So I'm going to get into what these folders mean. If you guys don't know, write these on down. So these red folders right here, okay? So red means high impact, okay? So right now, odd. The Australian dollar got a high impact news. News was dropped this at 12:30 a.m. this morning. Let's see if it carried over. No, it didn't really carry over that much, but if you were trading around this time, this could still affect it for most of the day. So red is going to mean that odd currency can be going wah 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 because there's heavy impact in the news. Everything is related back to the news, world events, what's going on in the world. So you got to be very cautious of red folders, okay? Those are the high impacts. You got your orange folders. All right. This is your medium impacts. I trade those sometimes. If you're new, kind of stay away from them. I mean, it's kind of hard sometimes because some days you're like, damn, everything kind of messed up in the world. Like, what do I do? That's when you just kind of pick a pair, go for it, mark it up real solid and you get it. But red folders and gray folders, avoid. You want to avoid bank holiday. That means banks are shut down in that country. They are shut down for that currency. There's nothing moving around. It's a bank holiday. It's shut down. So those pairs are going to be jumping around like crazy. I'm still going to mark it up for Letty because, she likes that pair. So I'm going to hit her with it still because I ain't scared. But if you're new, definitely avoid gray folders, red folders. Try to avoid the orange. Yellow are all right. There's always going to be news in countries. It happens every day. Everybody knows that. So I start here. I look, as long as we're all good, I'm going to take the challenge, Letty. No, Letty. We're sticking with it, my girl. We're sticking with it. So from here, right, if you guys don't have the Currency Heatwave app, I personally do. I believe it's a one-time, I bought it so long ago. Currency Heatwave is a one-time $30 purchase, okay? And you can get it on the App Store or whatever the Android people use, the Microsoft, Google Store, whatever that is. Y'all can go on there, type in Currency Heatwave. It looks like this, okay? Looks like this for you guys that don't know. That will be the symbol, okay? One-time $30 purchase, and it gives you more of an accurate reading, right, than this right here of what's going on, and not more. Yeah, I'm going to say more accurate and more just up to date. Okay. So it just gives you a more real live version of what is going on in the world today with the currencies. It moves like this. It's like a meter. It's always moving. And on here, You know, if you ain't got two screens, if you're just working off a laptop, switching back and forth between your broker and, you know, trading view and then this going back and forth, hitting refresh, it's a lot. So if you want to invest in being a better trader, I would recommend currency heat wave. Okay. So I come over here, what we do with USD JPY, right? So I'll look over here. If I didn't have currency heat wave, USD kicking the hell out of JPY right now. It's a lot stronger. So since that is the fact, we're going to be looking for a call situation. All right. We're going to be looking for, let me make sure my heat wave two, they're kind of even. They're kind of even on that, on the currency heat wave. Hold on, let me go and take a refresh. Yeah, they're kind of even on it. Let me refresh this real quick because they are kind of even on the heat wave. Come on, work for me. So yeah, I mean, on here they go, but I got a 5.4 for USD and a 4 for JPY. So I'm still looking for a buy situation. So when the first currency pair is stronger, we're looking for a buy situation. When the second currency pair is stronger, we are looking for a sell or a put, right? Because we are betting that this Japanese yen is going to be stronger than the US dollar. So it's going to overpower it and bring it on down. Okay. That's one thing. It took me a while to get my head wrapped around. So for new people, if you want to just write down, first currency pair is stronger, we want to be looking for a buy situation, right? Second currency pair, looking for a sell. I'll get into that in a second here. So I do 1 minute to 2 minutes, depending on the way the market's moving. I'll kind of get into that. But now, so with this currency strength, I don't want you guys to think that's the end all be all, because it's not. It ain't. Currency strength is just another indicator. That's all it is. It is a structure of the market will beat currency strength any day. I don't care what's going on. I don't care, right? Like what is going on with the currency strengths? If you got a solid structure, you got a solid respected roof, solid respected ceiling, that's going to beat currency any time of day, no matter what. So what I'm going to do right here is what I do on my day. I start, this is for HFX2 again, just so you guys know. I start on my day chart, okay? And what I will do is I'll slap a line, okay? What I'm trying to do on the day chart is just get it as close as I possibly can. I mean, those are some doji 24-hour confused candles right there for the 24-hour. So I'm going to look back a little bit in the past. There's a big imbalance right now. So remember, on the day chart, every candle's 24 hours. Is 24 hours, is 24 hours, 24 hours, so on and so forth, right? So for me on this, I'm going to hit it right about here. I'm going to probably just go, I don't like those dojis, man. I really don't like those dojis. So I'm going to go a little bit lower and I'm going to hit it. I'm going to say, I'm going to hit these two bodies here. And then I am going to put my roof kind of right here. So for me, I'm just trying to get it. This is the way I do it. The closest as I possibly can. We got our 1, 2, 3 touches there for the roof, right? This candle's live, right? It's moving right now. This market is open. And down here, we got a little bit of a break. I like to mark up the bodies on the daily. It's just what I do. It's what's worked out for me in the past. Some people like to mark up the wicks, take those into effect. For me personally, I mark up the bodies, right? So don't spend too much time on the daily when you're doing the HFX. Just kind of go, boom. Thank you, Letty, for this. Bam. So we mark up our charts, right? I'll mark them up clear for you guys right now, though. Hold up. Let me make sure they're all good. So this is going to be our daily floor or support, right? That's what this is called. This is our daily floor or support. Up here, we're going to have our daily ceiling or resistance, right? So this is the resistance. This is the resistance right here, okay? So this respected that area for, 1, 2, 3, kind of faked it out. This candle went up, came back down, this open. We'll see what happens with this one as we go on through the day. But for me, this is good. I got 3 touches on the bottom. Really what I like to do on 24 hour, if I got a big body candle, body. And that's what I mark up and I move on from there down to my 1 hour. Okay. And you can always hit this auto button. If your candles look all crazy and all big, you always hit this auto button. It'll bring it back to sane mode right here. Okay. And then I'm looking at my hour right now. I'm kind of cool with it. I think I'm going to mark up these wicks right here just because of back zone. You know, we like to do the back zones around here so we could double up, so we could know where it might come down to. So for me, I like it right about, let's see how that hits right there, because we got 1, 2, 3 touches there. Okay. That's what I like right here. So this for me would be, if this was, you know, on a I'm not going to call this my double up spot yet because we're on the hour, but I'll show you all what we mean, because you're going to hear double up, you're going to hear rollover, all that type of stuff. So this is going to be my hour floor. Okay. I got big fingers, y'all. I'll be mistyping stuff. So that's the hour floor. All right. And if there's any questions so far, let me make it. I wonder, can you guys unmute yourself yet? Feel free to. Yep. All right. You guys are good to go to unmute yourself. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to just pop in and go ahead and ask. All right. Do not be shy. This is learning time. So then I'm going to mark myself up a ceiling. Okay. And I'm going to look. Remember, you're trying to get it as close as you can to current price. That's what you're trying to get it as close as you possibly can to the current price of the day. And honestly, I like my day. This little wick right here and this little wick. I mean, let me see if that matches up. I'm not going to really put another ceiling there. I'm pretty happy with my day. It broke it a little bit here. So I might just raise my hour to about, I'll do it for the family. I think I'm going to hit the bodies with it and just kind of spread it out. Right. So it's pretty much at the day. You know, these wicks right now, it's NFP week, things moving crazy, things shooting, faking out, coming back down, shooting, faking down, right? And you can see my indicators, in case you guys are wondering, are the EMA 9, which I just started using. You mark how much support below daily. Keeks, you can go ahead and unmute and ask what you mean a little bit. If you want to, go ahead and unmute and ask that what you mean. You mark how much support below daily. So really, I mean, I think what you're asking, the support, you just want to find 3 solid touches of where the candles went and where they respected. For me, I hit it here just because my daily was all right. You know, I had this respect here. I had this guy hit here. I had this guy hit back here, right? It's a little off, a little fake out, but I'm okay with that. It's not letting you. It should be. Letty, hit me up. Letty, help me out here. Let's see. Yeah, it should be. You should be able to. All right, go ahead. You should be good now.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Hello. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now I was saying you marked the hour support below the daily support, and that's my first time seeing that. So
yeah. So for me, I just looked at it as the day. Like I said, I mark up the bodies on the daily. Okay, that's what I usually mark up. It's just the body, the big old bodies. I don't do the wicks on the daily. It's just something that never worked out for me. And you'll see how I use it kind of later in the time frames. So yeah, I always do that, and then I'll mark I'll mark the hour up here. Like I said, usually I wouldn't even mark an hour up on here, but I'm just kind of doing it for y'all right now, just to see that you can put what you need on there. So yeah, I get what you're saying though. Yeah, different style. Different style, bro. I don't be doing this all the time on the hour and the daily. So I'll leave it right there. And then for my daily and hourly, I usually jump right down to my 15-minute, kind of check that out, see where the EMA is chilling. Everything's still up in my zone, kind of, right? Let's see what the fake out happened down here. Bam, respected that hour floor, right? Got to respect right there, kind of wicked it down, another respect in the past there. So I'm good with that. Move the daily and now marks the bag are the wicks for the daily. Yeah, so that's what I mean. You see, and everybody sees it differently. This is what works for me. Like I said, I EMA Slingshot. That's my pro, 1 minute in and out. So really my main markups, to be honest with y'all, I start at 5 minute, go to 3 minute, to 1 minute most of the time, because I'm an in and out type of guy and I've seen the market a lot. So that's the way that I do it. So I'm going to look around at the 15-minute, go, all right, it has respected the hell out of this EMA. For the past, look at this. It always came back, right? Boom, boom. Always that EMA 200 right here. It's a magnet. That EMA 200 is the ultimate magnet for everything. It's the last 200 moves of the candles, the average moves. And you can see this is an NFP week chart right here in my eyes, right? So NFP week is the first week. Man, I lost internet for that minute back now. All right, T, someone asked why I put my hour floor under here. that's just the way I do it, the way I ended up on this chart. I'll go ahead and mark up another one after this. We'll see how that ends up. So right here, I got the respect. That's why I did that. So I like these zones a little bit. I might move up this one at this point because I could reuse this. I didn't name that one on purpose. This is how I do. And right about there for a kind of like a back zone, double up zone, another zone up top if we were going for a put situation here, okay? Because I got the one touch there. I got 1, 2, 3 touches here. And back in there, got a few more. So from here, I'm hopping down to my 5, okay? I go quick on those. Pop, 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 pop. So now, again, this is where I get nitty and gritty with this stuff right here on the 5 minute. So we still got, right, USD is still stronger than JPY. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. And these are where my real markups go. And honestly, usually I don't mark those. I just mark those for you guys. I make just lines like that. I kind of know where they're at. You'll get that over time. But at first, definitely mark them up because you'll get confused. Oh, what's that line? Should I take this call? Should I take this put? You'll get confused because you don't know which line it is, right? So right here, I'll go ahead and I'm really trying to trap the market. You know, it's moving in a good little consolidation kind of right here. It's still making these, you know, if we go to our line chart, look at these mean M's. It's kind of making a funky W, mean M2. And for you new people, an M, when you see an M on your line chart, that marker is going to go whoop, 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 and eventually go to a downtrend. When you start seeing a W, right? When the W starts growing here, right? And not so much downtrend fully, but it's going to reverse. An M is going to be a reversal to the downside. A W is going to be a reversal to the upside. So I always check my line chart. Looking at the, as you can see right here, perfect example, right? W, boom, 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 shot up, right? And then up here, I'll get rid of my drawing tool. Up here, you got the M. And it's not always a perfect M. Don't expect a perfect M every time, right? You got a funky M and then kind of a W, and then it shot up, right? This funky M right here. And then you got this W shot up, made a funky M, came back down. So that's what I'm looking for, right? And I see that here, this M, even though I made an M, it still respected my markup. It didn't go all the way back down, but still respected it. Same thing up here, right? Little bit over my markup, but then I went right back down for that M. So always check your M's and W's. Does everyone understand, for the new people, M's and W's? Because that's really important to look at. It's a very important tool in the market. It really is. If anyone's got any questions on that, please ask, because that could kill you. If you don't see the M's and W's, and you can start to see them in here, kind of, right? If you spread this out, you can start to see them. You can see, you know, we're making a little bit of a, there's my W drawing, right? Boom. That's a W with the candles, right? You know, we up here, we got the M. There's my M, that W drawing, but hey, it turned kind of into a funky M at the end and it shot down. So don't look for perfect letters. This ain't perfect letters. So Josh, when you see M's on the line chart, not perfect M's, right? They're not gonna, but they're gonna look like an M. More than likely, almost 100% of the time, I'll say 99, 98% of the time, the market is going to reverse and go on a down. It's going to start going down, okay? And then when you see a W, like you see this, how I made a W, the market is going to go up. It's going to reverse towards the upside, right? So these are also, some people like to consider pivot points. They use those. All I look for, I keep it simple on myself. A W means market's going up. An M right here too, boom, M, shot down, okay? M right here, boom, boom, started to shoot down, got another M, start down, boom, 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 so on and so forth, right? And then here, look at this clean W that just played out for us. That was a good example, good time to ask. So look, W, boom, perfect W, market went up, okay? Market went up. And if we go over to our candles, we see the W, boom, it was a confirmation, 3 candles there. 3 candle rule, right? 3 candle rule on a W right there. I see the EMA, Euro stronger. This EMA is happy, right? When the EMA 200, put some ones in the chat if y'all use the EMA 200. So I know if I'm talking to the right people. Put some ones in the chat if you guys all use the EMA 200. Please let me know. All right, Dominique, you use it. Mr. H, yup. I just threw on that 9 because Mr. H's class. Look at this right now. Watch this. You see that magnet? You see that? Pull that thing right down right there. And right now, still, USD is stronger than JPY. So really, you would be thinking, that's why I say currency isn't everything. Currency strength is not everything. This thing is going, look at that. Pull it right on down to satisfy this 200 EMA. The candles are going to satisfy them. So in my eyes, Mr. EMA 9 satisfied, Mr. EMA 200 ain't satisfied yet. And I see this guy talking to these dudes in these wicks here, here, and here. I know at this point, as soon as this thing beats this candle, I'm going in for a quick little 1 minute, bam, boom. That thing's going to pull it down in my eyes all the time. The EMA is a magnet. The EMA 200, magnet, magnet, magnet. It will always pull it down, okay? So this is the way I look at my charts. From the 5 minute, I'm going to go to the 1 minute. And this is where, Cody, this is where I personally start to make my real markups because I am a quick in and out trader. I roll when needed. But this is where I actually see, I can see the market better here, right? I can see the market better here. I can see it clearer here. It just works for me better. So that big old red candle that we just saw coming down, that was a 5 minute candle on our 5 minute chart, right? And each one of these candles are 1 minute. So we had, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, right? So now, with the EMA 200, the one thing I want y'all to understand with the EMA 200, whichever time frame it is closer to, okay? So right now it's close to pretty much damn near all of them, right? So you got to be careful with this pair. We got to kind of wait for this to pan out in a sense, because right now the 5 minute ain't fully touch it yet, but as you can see, it's always coming back to it. It's always coming back to it. You got to switch when that EMA is that close. You got to switch to your higher time frames, because if this candle was this close to this 15 minute, it's going to affect it a lot more than it is. Your higher time frames are always going to affect the candles and what's going on with them more than your lower time frames. Okay, so that's one to always be switching from the 1 minute, 3 minute, the 5 minute, 15 minute. That's what I do with my HFX. I stick 15, 5, 3, and 1. That's what I do before I enter a trade. So I'll be switching back and forth here. I'll be looking. I'll be like, okay, now this guy, we're still stronger on Euro. This dude, is he going to pull him up? Damn sure, probably. EMA 9, EMA 200. But again, we have this respect level here. So this is where patience and this is where not chasing the market comes in. Me personally, I would go in for a 1 minute here. I would roll if needed if it shot down here, because I know eventually it's going to shoot right back up to Mr. EMA to make him happy. I know that. I'm going to switch over to here to my 3 minute. Dude's happy. 3 minute EMA 200. Dude's happy. He's cool. You know, he got his homie there. He still wants him though. Look, he still wants him. So we're going to go back to our 1 minute. And this is the way my brain started to see the market. This is the way I was able to get in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay. You see how the 3 minute, the higher time frame, affected that more than the 1 minute. So that's what I'm saying. Mr. 1 minute should have pulled it up based off the currency strength, but it didn't, because Mr. 3 minute wanted it back. He wanted them back, right? And these are confusion right here, right? These guys moving in confusion at the moment. This guy's confused. This guy's confused due to the fact of the EMA being so close on these different time frames, right? Mr. 5 minute happy, but he might want them back too. They always want to try to make Mr. EMA 200 happy. The candles always want to do that no matter what, right? And they might get close, but if they didn't, that's why you got to look in the past. He was happy as hell here. He was kind of happy, kind of happy. He was super happy here, super happy here. Stoked, confused, right? He's not really sure, because this guy and this guy finally met the EMA. So that is what you got to do with the EMA 200 if you're going to use that slingshot strategy that I do. Yeah, absolutely. That when Alex showed me the EMA slingshot, bro, I was like, oh Lord, I understand how to trade. I was like, I could do this. This is simple, stupid, easy, magnet, up, down, higher time frame. It's gonna respect that. Game over. You know, so that's how I enter my trades. I do a 1 minute trade based off of this type of EMA setup. But then again, on a pair, I got to switch it up on you, because I want to show them when the EMA is not close. Okay, so when the EMA is not close, Let's see where we at. And this is literally what I do right here, but like I just scroll through. Okay, so right here we got odd CHF. Okay, so now it is not close. 1 minute's a little bit close. 3 minutes, a little bit close. The EMA 9, happy as a mug, all touching, happy as a mug right there. Keep going up, right? Go to your higher time frames when it looks like this. Click auto for the new people. All right, so the 30-minute EMA 200 ain't affecting it. Okay, same thing on the 15-minute, not affecting it. 5-minute, not affecting it. 3-minute, not affecting it. The 9 is, but not the 200. Now the 1, it seems like dude want to come right down here, right? And we got odd way stronger than CHF at the moment, right? So this is again a call situation we'd be looking for. Now Mr. EMA 9 might be fighting with Mr. EMA 200, right? So we got to watch out. But I mean, for me, I'm thinking dude want to make him happy right now. Even though, because these ain't touched yet down here. I use my stochastic RSI, which I'll get into now so you guys understand, okay? The stochastic RSI, this is going to be overbought situations when it's up here and oversold when it's at the bottom. So when it's oversold, that means it got to make room for the buyers or the seller, right? When it's up top, it's got to make room for the other dudes to come in and try to get their sell on. So that's why you saw these red candles here. If you line this up, right? The buyers were strong. Sellers said, no, we need to come in, boom, boom, boom. These ain't touched yet. When these two lines touch, you can expect a reversal, but not every time. So you see how here, this is normal. When it's up in here, the market's moving consolidated. It's normal when it's up in here. When it goes like this, look at this thing today. And this is NFP week, honestly. This is crazy how NFP week we moving, but watch this thing battle. So right now it was in an overbought, right? It was in an overbought. Now we're in an oversold type of situation. So that big red candle made it oversold. So this EMA 200 might not be that big of a factor because Mr. EMA 9 is like, hold up. Wait, y'all need to make some room for my buyers. My buyers got to come in. They got to come in and look at this level it's respecting, right? Right here. Look at that. Look at that level it's respecting right there. Zoom in on that. Pow, 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 right? It won't break, mister. If you go in the past too, let's see what we got. At this point, the floor, look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Respect, 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 respect. That's a strong level. This is the floor. I'm on 1 minute. This is what I would consider. Right? So this is how I mark up my 1 minute. This is how I know, and this is where patience comes in. 1 minute just shows me I learned the market quicker when I was on the 1 minute, just because it moves more like the broker moves. It moves quicker for me, right? So what I say, Mr. EMA 9 wants to be happier. He like, you know what, Mr. EMA 200, I ain't fuck you no more. I don't like you no more. I'm going up to see Mr. 9. Mr. 9 making me happy today, right? So we still go like this. Always check those higher time frames if you're going to use this type of strategy. Even on the 5 minute, check this out. Pow, pow, pow. Strong floor, right? Strong floor for the past, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, about an hour, 45 minutes right there. Strong floor, still respecting it. I go back to my 1 minute. Mr. EMA 9 is going to be happy. He's going to be happy. Even though right now, yeah, no, this is perfect. So odd stronger than CHF, I would have gone in for a call right there. That is where my entry point would have been. I would have had if I wasn't talking to y'all, I would have had my currency heat wave right here, and I would have seen that. Not on this candle. This candle confuses among it. This candle's real confused. But this one right here, that would have been if this one opened up green up top right here, I would have gone in for the 1 minute call, right? And that would have been a clear right there. 1 minute buy. How many do you take? How many do you take your trade? How long? You ask him. You can unmute too if you want to. Go ahead, ask questions. Yeah, because we got a few minutes here. If anybody got questions, now's your time. Go ahead, raise your hand, unmute, whatever you want to do. Ask away. See, boom, Mr. EMA 9. We'll always pull that bad boy up, right? What up? What up? Someone unmute? Raise hand. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, Mr. Raised Hand? Where did you go, bro? There you are. All right, let me see. Ask to unmute. You should be able to unmute now, bro.
Oh, I just want to know how many minutes you take your trade.
So I do 1 minute trades off my 1 minute chart and I roll when needed. So I do the rollover on, I use IQ Cent. We got the rollover. If you're using pocket options or something like that, there is, I've used that sometimes. I don't know if someone can answer that shift V or shift whatever, you know, where you can go up and do that. But I do 1 minute trades, bro, off the 1 minute chart or the 5 minute chart. I'm still doing 1 minute trades and I'm rolling if needed, but I always get my confirmation from the 1 minute chart at all times. I'm a 1 minute trader. All right. I'm in and out, boom, boom, bang. So if I, you know, if all comes to hell, it was only 1 minute of hell. You know what I mean? That was it. So roll over if needed, things still slingshot. All right, bro. So that's
All
what
right.
I do there. All right. Anyone
Thank
else
you,
got
bro.
anything?
I appreciate
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, if you got any more questions on these indicators, anything, hit me up in the chat. I'll hook you up. I'll get you all set up. So anybody else got anything else? Because I know we got a call coming up in a minute here. So I hope y'all got some knowledge out of this. Please, please, please drop some fire in the chat if y'all like this, or if I move too quick, y'all like, what the hell dude just say? You know what I mean? If you like that, hit me up in the chat, ask me what I just said, and I'll explain it a little further for y'all, all right? So I hope this was clear. And remember, long-term, this is a long-term game, all right, y'all? So keep plugging in, keep learning. I love y'all. Hit me up in the chats if you guys need anything, if you like this strategy, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.